PPR ranks. PPR ranks. PPR. What's going on, Couch Fam? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and if you want the best fantasy football draft videos, waiver wire pickups, ranking videos, best live streams, and you love winning your league and having fun while doing it, make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you won't miss anything. Per usual, you can find my written updated rankings on fantasycouch.com, link below in the description. Let's do the quarterback rankings. Lot of questions. My whole inbox is full of, do I start Lamar Jackson? Should I be worried about Lamar Jackson? Now, if you want to worry about Lamar Jackson, that's okay. That's your emotion. That's up to you. But what I'm doing is starting Lamar Jackson. I see Lamar Jackson having a solid game. I see him having a good rush performance, and he's an absolute must start. What else people saying? Oh, what is he going to get benched the second half or the fourth quarter? Look, if he does, that means that he's probably already scored 20 or 30 fantasy points. So I'm ranking Lamar Jackson number one. You might lose this week. Don't be scared. You might win this week. Just don't be scared. If I lose, I'm going to lose starting the league's MVP, one of the best fantasy football players this year. I'm starting Lamar Jackson, and if that's how I'm going down, that's how I'm going down. It's just the way it is. For number two, it's between Patrick Mahomes and Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's been getting some pretty good rushing statistics this year. So this is what I definitely want Russell Wilson a little higher. And a little bit worried about Winston. So it's going to be really tough between 2, 3, and 4. And with Deshaun Watson just being on fire right now, Sammy Watkins is kind of sucking. This is going to be tough who to rank higher or lower. I guess I'm going to go with Watson. It's really a tie in my book between these three. I could even move Wilson a spot higher, but with Lockett not playing, so there's really not a lot of receivers that are killing it on the Seahawks. I guess I'll leave it like this. Just want to make it clear. I'm really, I don't know who to rank at 2, 3, and 4. It's very close, but I'm going to put Drew Brees one spot lower right there at 5, and I'm going to have him stay there, so I'm not moving him any lower than 5. Solid matchup. Drew Brees is on fire. He's making it happen, just like he does every year, no matter who his receivers are, but he does have Michael Thomas. That's the one that matters the most. Dak Prescott's going to give you those 20 points. Just don't trust Kyler Murray that much, so I'll put Dak one spot ahead of Kyler. And definitely Jameis Winston. I'm benching him this week. I think he can put up a lot of points. I just don't really trust him. I am ranking him a little bit lower. Ryan Fitzpatrick and the Dolphins are they're way too banged up. We got to move Fitzmagic down a few. I like Ryan Tannehill. I would definitely start him over a lot of these guys. It's close between Dak and Ryan Tannehill, but this Texans-Titans game slated to be really high scoring. It's going to be a good game to watch. Very interested to see. I predict a bit of a shootout, a close game, a good amount of offense, some big plays, some exciting plays. I could be wrong, could be low, could be close in the score, and it might not be that high scoring, but that's what I'm predicting. That's what I'm projecting. Yeah, I gotta keep moving Fitzmagic down a few spots. I'd even, Matt Ryan here. Let's put Baker Mayfield up a couple spots. Maybe he can do something. Look, even bad quarterbacks have to have a good game here and there, right? And Jared Goff, let's move him a few spots higher. It's really tough to rank some of these. Rankings is tough, guys. It's tough to do the rankings. And this is looking a little better. Really, where do you rank these guys? How do you do this? What do you do? Tom Brady has a good matchup against the Bengals. Let's move him up a few spots. I really don't trust Derek Carr. I just wouldn't start him. And let's even move Matt Ryan down a few spots. Just don't trust him either. I think Phillip Rivers has some upside. Of course, you don't really want to start him week 15, but some of you guys have to. You got to do what you got to do to win. And Drew Lock has a ton of upside as well. I'm putting him above David Blau. And let's move Duck Hodges up a couple spots. And that's looking pretty good. Yeah, I like that. By the way, guys, Monkey Knife Fight is a super simple, stupid, easy way to play daily fantasy prop games such as over, under. And tonight I'm going to be playing for Thursday Night Football. For Lamar Jackson, rushing yards, I'm going over 62.5 rushing yards. For Le'Veon Bell, 4.5 receptions. That's really tough. I'm going to go... Let's go over. A lot of maybe short little passes, dinks and dunks towards the end in garbage time. Garbage time still counts. So let's go with that. Let's buy in for $5. And if we get both right, we win $15. Hey, that's pretty good. And right now, Monkey Knife Fight does have an awesome promotion. Matter of fact, this promotion is pretty dumb on their part. It's pretty reckless, and I suggest you take advantage of it. I really want to let you guys know about that. This is the last day to get on the 20-day hype right now. So if you play 20 days of December, so starting today, you play every day. All you got to do is play $2 or $5. That's the minimum. You'll get $100 free gameplay. It's completely free. It's a super amazing, insane promotion. So I did want to let you guys know about it. So take advantage of it. And yeah, even if you play like 10 days or 3 days, you can see right here, you get a pretty good promo. So go ahead and follow the link below in the description. Head on over to Monkey Knife Fight. Use promo code COUCH. You'll also get a 100% deposit match up to $50 when you do use promo code COUCH. So you're getting bonus on top of free play. Good luck this week on MKF. Okay, guys, back to the rankings. Let's do running backs. This is very conflicted with this one, okay? I'm not. I don't want to really rank him this high, but I feel like Saquon Barkley really could be RB1 this week. This is just the ultimate matchup to get his confidence, to get going, to break off a big run. Saquon has always been reliant on the big plays, which is not really good in fantasy. I guess you can say that about Kamara as well. Other than getting a ton of receptions in PPR, Kamara does rely on those big chunk plays because he's gotten them throughout his entire career. Saquon's floor, maybe not the best because we've seen him fail a lot. Like since the first couple weeks, he hasn't really been that great. But like I said, I really do believe he'll do well. I have him in 2 leagues. I'm hoping he'll just break out and get me 30 fantasy points. Then again, would you be surprised if he got 11 fantasy points? No, I wouldn't. So floor is okay. I mean, for where he was drafted, floor is not that great, but his ceiling is through the roof. He can easily be the best running back this week. Let's see how he does. Dalvin Cook, I got to rank high. Alvin Kamara, we're starting to lose a little bit of trust in him. I like, I guess I could rank. Yeah, I like how this is ranked right here. James Conner, not really that trustworthy, but I do see James Conner having a pretty good game. So I'm telling just about everyone asking me, 100% of people asking me, do I start James Conner? I'm saying yes. I do believe he'll be an RB1. The Bills have a good defense, not that great against the run, although they're trying to get that fixed. Steelers still, I like their O-line. I like how they run the ball, and James Conner will do enough to get you fantasy points, enough to warrant a start at the very least. So let's move a few. I don't like him that much, though. I like Chris Carson more. I like Henry more. Henry does have a hamstring injury. That's why I am downgrading him a little bit. I love Chris Carson. Chris Carson could be RB1 this week. That's how good he could be. So I got him right around here. I think that's pretty fair. Chris Carson, RB6. Aaron Jones, very up and down. Actually, statistically, the most boom or bust running back in the entire league. He'll get you 3 fantasy points. He'll get you 30 fantasy points. And that's really what we're used to. He could get you 7 fantasy points. He could get you 40 fantasy points. And these are not numbers I'm making up. He's literally done this and has been flip-flopping. So like 2 weeks he'll be a bust, and then the third game he'll just go off for 30 or 50 fantasy points. Guy's insane. Guy's boom or bust. He's very tough to predict. Although people have been telling me I've been predicting him quite well, as well as humanly possible. Bears haven't been so good against the run with Akiem Hicks out. Now, Hicks just started practicing recently. I just looked it up, and does have a realistic shot at coming back week 15. Don't know if he's going to come back. Don't know if he's going to be 100%, but that would tremendously help stopping the run. Now, it does affect Aaron Jones, not a ton, I would say, just because he may not play, may not be 100%, but also doesn't affect it a ton because Aaron Jones has really killed it in the pass game as well. This new Matt LaFleur regime really uses the running backs, both of them, in the pass game, and that's really why this offense has been working. Not saying the offense hasn't been on fire or anything, but that's one of the big parts of this offense, and one of the things that's really tough to defend. And because of the question marks we have around Connor and his injury, I'm going to rank Aaron Jones up here. And if Akiem Hicks seems close to 100% or 100%, I'm going to swap these two for sure. Yeah, just because James Conner could be splitting time a little bit. And Josh Jacobs is looking like he's playing. So I'm going all in on Josh Jacobs. I think he's going to be great. We're going to move him up to RB8. Austin Eckler is a very interesting start because I feel like he has a sweet matchup. His strengths are what could beat the Vikings defense. He's got the big plays, the screen passes, really good pass catcher, but he's not going to get a lot of touches. You have Melvin Gordon, who probably will get 60% of touches, and Austin Eckler only 40%. And a couple touches could go to the third string running back or fourth string running back, depending on who's playing. And so with those limited touches against a pretty good defense when it comes to stopping the running backs, I just can't rank them too high. Just not a lot of trust here. I'm going to see Austin Eckler as a low-end RB2. So he is start-worthy, but definitely not trustworthy. Not enough to be a blind start. So if you're in a 10-team league, you may or may not start him. If you're in a 12-team league, you probably should start him. But those of you who are in an 8-team league, really, you should be in a 12-team league. How about next year? Make that a goal, be in a 12-team league. But in an 8-team league, I'd probably bench Austin Eckler. So let's move him a few spouts down. Right there. That's looking pretty good. Yeah, I like Todd Gurley just a little bit more than James Conner. Now James Conner is settling into that high-end RB2 spot. Le'Veon Bell, God, I don't trust you. I really don't trust Le'Veon Bell at all. Let's put Chubb one spot ahead of Conner. And Kareem Hunt, I'm probably going to have to move up a little bit. And also Mostert. We got to get Mostert up in here. Up in this, like, close to the RB1 spot. Like, I like Mostert. Yeah, right around here. Mostert RB12 so far. He's going to ball out. Great matchup. Kyle Shanahan said he earned the RB1 spot. And he's going to get a lot of touches. Mostert's one of the toughest runners this year. Last year, we saw Lindsey and Chris Carson really just run hard and just fight for every single yard and just have that spark. And I see the exact same thing with Raheem Mostert. Man, this guy does not care. He runs hard every single play, and he's very productive. So I'm moving him up here. And maybe he's not the best pass catcher, but Kyle Shanahan also makes every RB look like the best pass catcher. So he might catch a few passes. We seen him catch a pass from Emmanuel Sanders last week and score a touchdown. So man, sky's the limit for Raheem Mostert. It really is. Now we're starting to really settle in here. Let's move Lindsay up a few spots. Good matchup against the Chiefs. Don't really like you, Mixon, but some of you have to start him, unfortunately. Let's move James White up a few spots right there. And Patrick Laird, I'm moving up a few spots. Patrick Laird and Joe Mixon are going to be closely ranked, believe it or not. Let's move Hunt a few spots up. Let's move him right here, around where Melvin Gordon is. I think he'll have a really good game against the Cardinals. And I'm going to move David Montgomery a few spots up as well. I'd probably start Montgomery over Joe Mixon. Yeah, I like him right around where like Joe Mixon and James White are, right around here. All right, and now we're getting pretty close to finalizing things. Jordan Howard is practicing, so do keep that in mind. Wide receivers, I feel like we took very long on the running backs, but wide receivers, this looks pretty much, yeah, this looks just about settled here. Yeah, looks pretty good. Should we do this? Chris Godwin, number 3. He'll get so many targets. I feel like they'll manufacture plays and Bruce Arians will draw up some plays for my guy Chris Godwin to score a touchdown. I think he'll do very well. Yeah, I actually like this a lot. Yeah, we'll just keep it like this. Looking pretty good. I'm going to move Kirk down just a couple spots though, and then Cortland Sutton down because I like Julian Edelman a lot. I really do trust Julian Edelman. I trust him, yeah, right around where Cooper and Adams are. Yeah, right around there. I'm actually move Julian Edelman to 7. And let's move Odell down. Who trusts Odell Beckham? Not me. No way. No, I do not. I do not. Yeah, all these guys are good. A lot of really good wide receivers. I guess because of all the injuries, I guess it's kind of cleared up. Yeah, and then Scary Terry, I really do like him as a sneaky high upside start. Also, D.D. Westbrook could be a really good start because I don't expect Chark to play. Let's move Westbrook up one spot here. And yeah, I do like Danny Amendola. Tight ends. I think the toughest one is Kittle versus Zach Ertz. We know Zach Ertz is going to get a ton of targets. Let's put him at 3. So I'm going number 1, Kelsey, number 2, Kittle, number 3, Ertz. So I think Kittle will get some bigger plays, has more upside, but Ertz is safer. He's going to get more targets, more receptions, maybe less yards. Touchdowns, impossible to really predict in general, especially with tight ends. So I have it Kelsey 1, Kittle 2, Ertz 3, Darren Waller 4. I'm actually going to move Austin Hooper down a few. Mike Mattal saying Austin Hooper is a sit, which I was a little surprised, and I asked him why, and he's like, man, the Niners defense is good. He broke it down to me a little bit. He thinks Fred Warner is really good, can defend the tight end, and I think Austin Hooper could get punked this game. He really can. So I'm going to rank him a few spots lower than I had him before. So let's move Jack Doyle ahead of him. Definitely Henry ahead of him. David Njoku has a ton of upside, so let's move him a few spots up here. Greg Olsen is still in concussion protocol, so where's Ian Thomas? Let's just assume Greg Olsen's gonna be out, so let's move Ian Thomas up a few spots. Mark Andrews is gonna play, but I don't really like him that much this week. Let's move these guys down. O.J. Howard down. Jason Witten here. And Ian Thomas here. Okay. This is looking pretty good, guys. And Mike Gesicki, you could get a ton of targets, but I don't trust you that much. Watch Mike Gesicki be tight end 1. He really could. And defenses, I think it's pretty close between these top 5. The Ravens, Patriots, Steelers, Niners, and Eagles. Those are my top 5 defenses. I'd say they're tier 1. And then we got the Saints D, who's got a couple injuries. Pretty good matchup because I think nobody expects T.Y. Hilton to be healthy. Even if he plays, I think we're all expecting him to be super limited amount of snaps, just basically a decoy. So that's why I do like the Saints defense. And then it gets pretty wishy-washy. Actually, man, the Packers D. I actually really like the Packers D. I'm gonna put them. I like them right. I like them ahead of this. Let's put them right here. I think that's a good spot to put them. Saints, Packers, right around there. I know I like the Eagles slightly more than the Packers. These two can be interchangeable. The Saints and Packers, that is. So I got Saints 6, Packers 7, but I could easily swap them. And let's move the Bills up. Super low scoring game. I like the Bills D more than the Steelers D. Juju Smith-Schuster may have had a setback today in practice. That gives the Bills D a boost for sure. Less receivers to defend. James Conner is expected to play though. Bills, very good defense. I would definitely trust them. I mean, I could rank them as high as 6. But let's just wait and see what happens. I want to get final word on Juju's injury and just see what's up with James Conner. Now, we wouldn't be totally shocked if James Conner was out or something like that, or they announced some kind of weird news. I would be a little surprised, though. Shocked is like, surprised is like a little bit shocked. So I'd be a little surprised. I do expect James Conner to play nonetheless. Buccaneers D could be a very sneaky start. I do like that. Like them, I probably like them more than the Chiefs with David Blau and Marvin Jones injured. I think the Bucs are a really good sneaky start. Yeah, I don't know, man. Should we put them ahead of the Bucs D? Let me know. Leave a comment. Vikings D or Bucs D. I know it seems crazy because Vikings D is like, oh, Vikings D. And they're not really that good in fantasy. Like, they're a great coach team. They get the wins. They play well. But really, like, Xavier Rhodes and the bunch, they really haven't been able to stop a lot of wide receivers nor tight ends. I like their front 7. They're pretty good against the run and pretty good at getting to the quarterback. But other than that, I'm not really feeling their secondary. We'll talk about bad secondaries. Nowhere near as bad as the Bucs. But still, we're not, we're talking about Rivers and a pretty good group of players versus the Lions, which all they have is Kenny Golladay. TJ Hawkinson, hurt. Their starting running back, hurt. Their backup running back, hurt. What else we got? Marvin Jones, hurt. Like, all these guys are out. It's just going to be kind of tough. They're not going to be able to run the ball at all. I'm going to do it. I think the Bucs are a super sneaky start. I'm going to put them at number 9. You let me know how wrong or how right I am, Couch fan, by leaving a comment. I read all the comments, by the way, on this YouTube channel. And Texans D, they'll allow points, but they put up fantasy points every week, whether it be a sack or a turnover, and they seem to get them every single week. Like, no doubt about it. I don't trust the Giants D much, so let's move them down. And this is looking pretty good. I thought we were done, but we're not. We still have the most important position of them all. The one that nobody pays attention to, but we do, and that's why we win, Couch fam. That's why we do it. Justin Tucker, number 1, of course. Lutz, very good. Bucker, very good. Between Bucker and Greg Zuerlein, oh, man, it's super close. I'm going to give the edge to Zuerlein. I know this is weird. I feel like Bucker's going to score more points, but I feel like Zuerlein has a higher floor, and he's in a dome. That's just how I feel. So I trust Zuerlein more, but Bucker's probably going to put up more fantasy points. Bucker has a higher ceiling. I definitely trust Zuerlein. So I love Robbie Gould. Jason Myers needs to get up here. Mason Crosby, okay. Austin Seibert. All right, done with the kickers. Make sure you guys do check out Monkey Knife Fight. Link below in the description. Use promo code COUCH. really helps support this channel. Good luck, everyone, week 15. Make sure you subscribe to both our YouTube channels, Fantasy Couch and our second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to that one as well. Hit this video with a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thumbs down if you did not. Let's get that W.